Good evening. My name is Serious Moondog. Today, I'm going to kind of take you, or us, I should say, into a different direction. And I'm going to do this with one of my more favorite games. And this is one of the games that you pull out when friends are over, and it's really entertaining to watch, and it's very awesome, very curious, very interesting, and it is sort of addictive in terms of you just keep wanting to play the game over and over and over because the possibilities are endless. I mean, they really are. So this should be fun. If you don't know, I'm Serious Moondog. Today, we're going to be doing some serious gaming in the Stanley Parable. This is the Ultra Deluxe Edition, which I have yet to play. I've only played the original one, so I'm curious to see what all's added to it. So let's get in here and let's have fun. What is the current time? All right, here we go. All right, let's just jump right to it. End is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
All right.
As though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well,
And then
is
one
important.
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, so this is the office. It looks pretty basic to me. Can we interact with objects?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Who farted? Is what that book says. There's a file. This is a complicated office. Can't get through any of these doors. Hate Mondays. That's typical. All right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, the power suggestion is cool and everything, but I really think I'm going to go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Oh, yeah.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Trying to drink something in. I can't get a soda? Come on.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
See what's down there.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okie dokie.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Oh, I didn't get to read it. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Corporate. Let's see. Want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review section? Holy crap. Okay. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Actually, there might be something here. Or it's just a broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Don't just put a broom
It
closet.
was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
You know me, love. I'm not going to come out of the closet easily.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
No.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Not in the broom closet. Yeah, come out of the closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to make the choices that I make, and free will, and all that stuff. Hey, look at this.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yes.
Were they simply repeating?
It is repeating.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Yeah,
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, I am floating.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Ah, it's maddening.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Oh my gosh.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Oh no.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
All right.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yes.
I am okay.
Ah!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Yes.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Bravo. That was great. All right, we are back at our desk. That was great. That was fantastic.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Awaiting input. Oh, I've never seen that before. Input received. Okay. There is no jump button. I guess it was awaiting the input. It got it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, He entered the door on his left.
Sure. Right, has their offices locked down. The meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Room closet.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I love the broom closet. This place is great. It's private. There's the soft hum of the light above us. Like, this is perfect. I love this place. I like he remembered that I was...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, this must be the boss's office. Executive bathroom. Ooh. Okay. I got the feeling. Money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's a lovely purpose. I will admit. Secretary's not here. The beige pages. Business Time magazine. That must be the boss. This is messy. That is an elevator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hey. Fancy back room. Okay. Nothing. Down we go. Cool. Oh, we hit a load screen.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is questionable.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So, this room. Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Whoa.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Interesting. Clock grows thicker. What is this? Elevator?
This mind control facility, it It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it.
All right.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
This is cray. 5. This is wild. Okay, where are we going?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it's... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls.
I totally turned it on. Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Roll.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, no.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
No.
What's
Here
that?
it is.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Oh.
A moment of solace before
no.
you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yes.
I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Yes.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything,
Right.
anything, something
Right.
here will save me.
Right.
Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Oh, no.
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
No.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh, no.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Oh,
no ending
man.
here, just
No.
you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say
Goodbye,
happily ever after.
47. Well, they took me out. Holy crap. And we're back again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man. Oh. Saw that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Good advice.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
Sorry?
others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
key card.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Danger
Give me a
danger
chance.
everywhere. Okay. Where are we going?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
So the one on the left is the red door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
This is great. Fine.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Sure.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
not
Running
Luke.
and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Right? What's the solution? Where are we?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Ooh.
Here. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Feeling that. Ooh. Like this.
No, wait. Where are you going?
We'll go back out here.
Right. Where were we?
Happiness.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh, am I caught in a paradox here? What's going on?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I'm gonna do it.
No!
Oh.
Oh, thank God you lived. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me.
Going
I
back
can't
up,
go back
man.
to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why
Yes.
are you doing this?
Both going back.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
Nope.
Can you do that for me?
Nope,
My
we are going
God.
back.
Is this really how much you dislike my game?
Not really.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No.
You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No way, dude.
Am I reading the situation
Not
correctly?
the case. I'm just experimenting. Oh.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
You're
Well,
good,
this one is yours.
I wonder how long it's gonna make me do this. Oh, this is bad.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yes. We're going back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't need to go to the meeting. So many choices to make.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, it's great.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No. We're doing an elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and
Yes.
get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
Left?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yes.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Excellent. Oh,
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
oh. Well, damn, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if I don't want to go to the meeting room this time? Oh, wait.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's do it. We're going to find that story. We're just going to keep looking around for it. Let's see. Well, this place is a paradox. Just randomly wandering the back rooms here. Ooh. Find something good? No. Oh. What?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Ah.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I noticed that more monitors are turned on. Okay.
Okay, yep.
No
it's
doors.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
All right. Nothing so far. Oh.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait.
Oh.
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh. Whoa.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Dingy back
Is this
here.
the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
All right.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Perfect.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Nah, give me the
We
W.
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ooh, there's a line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just
Whoa.
follow the line. How simple is that?
What if I don't want to follow the line? Oh, that's right. There's no story back
I'm
here.
done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
The line, trademarked. All right. Well, now we're getting somewhere. I haven't been here yet.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Line's getting a little
Now, we can
cray-cray,
both
man.
agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
The line is
You know
fun.
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah. What? Holy crap. A lot of peer reviews. Oh my god, we're really taking it up.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Is it just going to put us back in... Oh. Huh. It took us... Yes. Where's it taking us now? Oh, back here again.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
You
know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Right.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I say we do so.
Oh, no, not you
man,
again. Stanley,
Your
I'd
line.
also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Okay.
Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Kind of going the same way, though. Right? No more line? Hey, look at this.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Hell with logic. Ah. Ooh.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling
Whoa,
me
look at all these
that's
endings.
what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Just find the line again, begin.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
This is fantastic.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Oh. Well, snap. That was really abrupt.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It was wild. The confusing ending was very confusing. This... different. Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Great
Standing
place.
now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It's true.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
She's in it.
She's been waiting.
Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
I don't
to
know.
reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
That's messed up, bro.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Damn, bro.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, do I really have to press B?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Also true.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Not gonna do it. I refuse. I'm not gonna push Y. There's no reason for me to. Because apparently I'm already back at work. Should I do it? Should I push the button? I'll do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Oh,
How can I
no.
get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, no. Okay. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Got this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Baby.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Not true. Oh, man.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
That is
hoping he
messed
might
up.
find
They
an answer
locked the
there.
broom closet on me. I cannot believe it. He has barred me from the broom closet now. That's messed up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. It can go in here. There's an elevator. All right, where do we go? Let's go up. If we can go up. Stanley Parable is a sensational game. Sensational. Very creative, very brilliantly written. I love the paradox systems in the game. I really love the alternate pathways, the various endings. I'm having a lot of fun. I actually stumbled across an ending that I've never come across. And that was that self-destruction sequence. So that was pretty cool. Alright, this elevator's kind of taking forever here. Here we go. Oh, did it take us nowhere? That's messed up. This is more like an elevator simulator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Right. Let's hear it for the newly opened passageway. Right, down we go. We've done this one before, though.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Not open last time.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it,
Yes.
the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Go check it out.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
Not
track.
gonna happen. Seen it through
At
to
this
the end.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh man, really? Oh. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm in a cart.
As the machine whirred into motion,
Cool.
and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, no.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
See ya.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh man. Oh. Okay. Ta-da.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Holy crap.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Oh, look at that.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
First choice. Okay. Ooh, we found the ending credits. Oh. I like this music. Various clock. Freedom and oh, that one. I know this one. Countdown room. That's cool. You know the developers had it. I don't know about the cargo lift. That's cool. Oh. That's really cool. That's very brilliant. That how they laid this game out is super smart. Okay, could you tell me what the significance of number 1112800 is? Okay. This is great. That's fantastic. This is great. They've really highlighted everything we have here. Sending them up. Oh, cool. Oh, well, sure. This is so cool. This is really a behind the scenes, sort of like a breaking the fourth wall. This place is huge. Exit. Ooh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh, no.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Not gonna do it.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Not happening.
Do choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh. That was a cool ending. Well, the number 427, I think, outside of the significance
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
It is very bright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Yes,
and
right.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure enough.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Actually.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
About here.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nobody here.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
So we have done that ending. I don't want to get caught in that loop again. We are
All
going to
of
try
his
every
co-workers were
possibility we
gone.
can.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, we did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Extreme bathrooms. The elevator never leaves. Oh my gosh, that's awful.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take, too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input anything on the device, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
We've done the bosses all now. Starting to wonder if there's another path we can.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We know that leads to death.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yes.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
bad
Stanley
one.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Gotta do something about this place.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yes, it's also true. All these empty office seats. Guys are just
This
burning
mind
electricity.
control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't
Pirate.
accept it. His own
Employee
life
pirate.
in someone
That's
else's
awesome.
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Perhaps. Up here's the mind control
But
facility.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power
don't
over
put a
another
stop to
human
it.
life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Goodbye. No more mind control. Was that an ending? I think it was.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
Excellent.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that
This is
was all
beautiful.
he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I like the happy ending. That was nice. Arrived again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yes.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yay!
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Nice.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I'm all
Oh,
about
well,
it.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Let's go check it.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Excellent.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh,
yeah,
here we
here we
go.
go.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes.
All right.
Hey.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, hey. Yay, I get to jump. I get to jump. Fantastic. New content. The jump circle. Fun. Oh, they really time your jumps. Aw. Okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
That would be so awesome if it was.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very
Right.
good. Yes.
More
I
jump
knew
circles?
there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when
Damn.
greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
About it.
No frills, no gimmicks.
Okay.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Well, let's do it.
What do you say, friend?
About it. Let's do it. Oh. This is new. Kind of cool.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay. It's in the vent.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Nice.
You see,
That's
Stanley,
so cool.
doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, $1. That's so cool. That's cool, the demo. It's impossible to get this achievement. Yes, the unachievable. I have that achievement. And their super go outside is don't play the game for 100 years, I think. That's it.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all.
This is very
It isn't
pretty.
even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
That was a really nice review. I can't go to the memory zone maintenance. Not allow us.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait,
Oh shit.
hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down
Wow.
here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the
Never read
game's
the
dialogue
reviews,
as being
man.
rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
Oh.
These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Oh.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Ooh.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay. What do we do with the skip button?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you... Did
it work?
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go...
Oh.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Oh, whoa,
that last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, whoa.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's,
gone.
well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh, the plant's dead.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking... Oh, hello. It's you.
Oh,
You're
wow.
here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days.
Oh, is the narrator gone? He just gone now? Oh shit, okay. I don't know what the beeping's about. Took my jumps away. I have to have a jump circle.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said...
Okay.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
he's
end,
lost
is
his...
never the end, is 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 never...
Narrator has gone bananas. Oh God, how many hundreds of years are we skipping by now? You can hear the wind blowing. Daylight. Hit button is too powerful. Oh snap! Live forest out there. Oh. I wonder how far ahead we are jumping in time. Oh, so oh man, look. Whoa. No more skip button. Wow. This is what has become of Earth. That was actually intense. All right, so I have put a lot of good time into the Stanley Parable, and this has been actually a lot of fun. And I appreciate everybody that joined me for this little silly journey. And if you ever want to see me play this game again, send me a comment. There's something down on my videos. Otherwise, this is Serious Moondog. Have great peace in your heart and better peace in your mind.